Hello everyone, it is Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything back with another video. This time I will be going over the 127 cast list which just came out. Scarlight Cypher posted it on Tumblr, he messaged me, so big shout out to him. If you do not want any spoilers, click off this video right now. 3, 2, 1, here they are. So I'll read you the summary, then we'll go over the cast list. Leo begins speaking about how the Supreme Dragon King Zark brought about the world's final moments and the day the world was divided into 4 dimensions. All of it is connected to Yuya and Yuzu and the people who share their faces, as well as the 4 dragons. Furthermore, Leo, who aims to turn people into cards, reveals details about his final plan, Revival Zero. Okay, and here is the cast. Yuya, Yuri, Yuto, Yugo, Yuzu, Serena, Ruri, Rin. So this is the first episode in Arc 5 history that all 4 U-Boys and all 4 Bracelet Girls will be speaking. Edo Phoenix, Sakaki Yusho, the narrator, Akaba Reiji, Leo, Reira, Ray, the Doctor, and extras. So first of all, I'm going to just take Edo Phoenix here and just kind of cross his role in this episode off the list. We know him and Kaido are together based on the 126 preview. We know they're together based on the 130 summary that they're going to both interfere in the duel. So unless they go different paths for the next 2 or 3 episodes and then meet back up, I think Edo is probably going to have a 1-line or 2-line role. I don't think he's going to have a massive role in this, only because Kaido he's not speaking in this, and they're together most likely. So for that reason, I don't think Edo is going to have too big of a role in this. But honestly, there's really not much to say here, besides it's cool that the 4 U-Boys are talking and the 4 Bracelet Girls. But everyone else you'd expect, Reiji, Reira's going to have a speaking role, so that's interesting. I was really hoping we'd see Himika, Reiji's mom, because she's mentioned in the 126 cast list. But the fact that she's not speaking in that episode, and now she's not speaking in this episode, I wonder how much of a role she actually is going to play in this down the stretch. Of course, she could pop up maybe in the 130s or in the 140s. I was really hoping maybe we'd see her, and maybe she'd be in the area. But that's not the case. Could happen later. The most interesting one is Ray. Ray is still here. Zark is not. I'm starting to think that Zark and Ray, that's going to be a flashback in 126. I really do believe that. But is Ray going to be another flashback here? Because we know the 4 Bracelet Girls have to be sacrificed, right, to bring back Ray. So I'm starting to think that Ray is going to have to be another flashback in 127. Based on the summary, again, it confirms what we already know, that Zark was destroying the world. Or not destroying it, but wanted to divide the world into 4 dimensions. I'm not sure why. Right? Wouldn't it be more, appealing for a villain to destroy the world, but instead of divide it into 4 dimensions? Like, what good does that do? So I'm interested to see that aspect of it. Leo is going to reveal details about his final plan, Revival Zero, which we kind of can piece together that Revival Zero means sacrificing the 4 Bracelet Girls to revive Ray. I don't know if everyone would agree with that in the comments below, but that's kind of what I gather from it. So that'll be interesting. The Doctor is in this. I'm interested to see if Yuya is going to escape the cage in 126 and confront the 4 Bracelet Girls and the Doctor, because we know eventually he is going to have to fight Zark, or maybe we're just going to see a scene with the 4 Bracelet Girls and the Doctor in the same room as Reiji, Yusho, and Reira. But the fact that we are getting more dialogue between Leo, between Reiji, between Yusho, between Reira I'm sure will be a minor piece, but I think that's awesome. And the fact that all 4 U-Boys and 4 U-Girls are speaking, that's awesome as well. I guess we're going to get bits and pieces of the Yuri and Yugo duel, which means the chance that it might be the longest duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! History is still on the table, because as long as they show pieces of it, it counts. And we know it starts next episode, or the episode later today. 126, 27, 28, 29, 30. We know it's going 5 episodes. If this duel goes to 132, 133, it is going to break the record as the longest duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! History. So that will be very interesting to keep an eye on, especially for me, who's very analytical. But guys, that pretty much wraps it up. Just wanted to apologize formally. I said on Twitter I was going to do my first Fan Friday yesterday. I just had so much work. I miscalculated horribly, and I wasn't able to do it. So that'll be out next week. I apologize for that. Another thing that should be out next week is the next anime versus manga character analysis. Should be. That's not a guarantee. The next character, the voting is closed. It will be Crow Hogan. He won pretty decisively. 203 people voted, or 204 people, so thank you to everyone who voted, and Crow gathered 101 of those 204 votes. So he did extremely well. That's the guy you guys want to see. That's the guy I will be doing. Thank you also to everyone who commented on my last podcast, and I loved reading your top 6 lists for the openings and endings. That was a lot of fun to read. I'm doing another podcast tonight. That should be out tomorrow. That's about all these summaries. I always do it the following weekend they come out, so some good videos to come this week. I also can't wait to hear your opinions on this cast list as well, and the fact that we're going to see all 4 U-Boys and all 4 Bracelet Girls speak for the first time in an episode at once. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.